Talk to me a little bit about, is this a little bit more overwhelming to step into the shoes? Obviously you're doing your own take, this is not Mel's Mad Max, but stepping into George's universe, stepping into Mel's shoes, intimidating? Exciting?
Yeah, I mean, at first intimidating, obviously, but then we have to remember I'm just a very small cog in a very big machine, so a lot of pressure was taken off there. It's an ensemble piece. George is he's reinvested in his world again. It's taken about 30 years for him to put it together because of his due diligence. So what he's done is this is really the first foray back into the world that he created 37 years ago.
Watching all the footage so far, it strikes me as something akin to a fever dream, like something just like a fever dream, something insane. Nothing like we're seeing in cinemas today.
Right.
Does it feel like that's shooting something like this? Does it feel like something a little different than the usual?
Yeah, well, I've had tastes of that, specifically with Chris Nolan. If he says he's going to flip a truck or if he's going to take an airplane out of the sky, then
do it.
Yeah, he's going to do it. And that's amazing, and that is what it is, and it comes with technical and logistical issues and concerns and whatnot. And what George did is not no dissimilar at all. He took 50 vehicles out to Namibia and he destroyed them.
Yeah, they're not so good anymore,
and
probably.
To be fair, one has to give a massive amount of credit as well to all the stuntmen that were involved, because it's ultimately, it's a huge. I mean, it's George's vision, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
For starters, he's a genius, because that's all come from his head. And secondary, me and Charlize and the guys, transmuted that as actors on the one part, but on the other hand, you've got to look at the live stunt performances and live action performances and go back to the old school of how things were actually done.
Yeah.
And everything you see in the film, whether it's sped up or slowed down or it's got a slight colour tint to it or not, it actually happened. And there were people who genuinely put themselves on the line day in, day out, 6 months doing that. So massive shout out to that, though.
Has George talked to you much about what
they should really be an Oscar for stunt.
People have been talking the last couple of years,
yeah,
right?
To be fair, I think so, because they deserve that.
George has already talked about, potentially doing more of these. Hopefully it won't take as long for the next one or two of these. Has he told you a little bit about what he's got in store for Max in the next one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's got several pieces going on. I mean, he didn't come to the table with just one script. He had about 3 or 4 and then novels and all kinds of stuff. So he's been building a wealth of information. I think what's sensible and really intelligent about this piece of I was going to say of real estate, virtual real estate,
yeah.
Right? Is that he's introduced a new character, he's introduced a new world, new tribes, he's reintroduced Max again, there's a rebirth there, and it's done in a way which is very layered and measured to allow it to evolve and to grow into many platforms should it be taken on board. And I think that I'm hoping and I'm pretty sure that it should be taken very well, because the work that he's done on it is exceptional, and he deserves that.
True visionary. We throw that word around visionary, but he's one.
No, he is. He absolutely is. And
I just got caught up with Ben Mendelsohn the other day. I impressed him with my Bane impression. Has anybody who's done the best Bane impression for you ever? Do you take kindly to them, or do you find them irritating and grating?
I don't mind them. Are you going to do one?
I mean, only if you want. I'm not going to do it just to prop my...
No, you see it go. You want to, don't you?
I kind of do.
Go on then. Here you go.
Of course. You think this gives you power over me?
That's actually really good.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
I'm usually 25% better, but I'm really nervous next to you.
Don't be nervous. That's throwing that kind of accent out, you're gonna get a kick in the balls anyway, aren't you? You know what I mean?
But killed it in that one. I'm obsessed with that performance. It's amazing, as I'm sure this one will nail it too.